I welcome you back to the show. This is Moments of Reflection, and I am your host, Dr. Derek A. Reeves. Tonight I want to discuss a very dear topic to me, and it's simply God in you. God in you. When I reflect and I begin to consider some very substantial things, I have to first of all look at God. And there's so many different contentions as it relates to God, specifically as to whether he's a trinity, as to whether or not he's a singularity. Some debate whether or not God is infinite or is he finite. And I personally believe that he is infinite, and that doesn't stop God from being able to reveal himself and his behavior and his character to us, because he's just that wise. And so when I consider God, and the scriptures reveal that he's omniscient, omnipotent, he's omnipresent, and there's so many things about him that we can never really fully understand. But then when I consider that this being who is beyond space and time, this being who spoke and created and caused the very fabric of the quantum streams of energy and all other energy to be produced that upholds the universe. This God that I believe is infinite, because if he's not infinite, then that means he's finite and he's limited. And when we speak of something being finite, then it is actually potentialized. And so I think of God living in us, God within our spirit, and it causes me to understand how really shallow we are in God. Because we think of someone who is beyond space and time. He's beyond the fabrics of all material universe, and yet he upholds all things with the word of his power. How is it that he can divest himself, put his spirit within our spirit? How is it that he can even approach us and dwell in us and transform us, and yet still be beyond space and time, and yet be in others who are filled with the Spirit? How is it that God can even identify with us and change our nature? Something that is all-powerful, but yet so gentle that he can rest in us. Someone who is all-knowing, and yet he can come within us and not cause our minds to explode. So awesome that he's everywhere, but yet he can put his presence within us. And so when I consider God in us, my mind just staggers at the awesome love that he has for me, the awesome love he has for you. And that keeps me humble. And when I consider my own imperfections, is just something about God even desiring to take the time to be with me. That's why it's uplifting. That's why it keeps me holding on, because I recognize that he truly loves us, and he truly cares about our fate, about what we're feeling, and about what we're going through. God in us. I thank you for your time. Again, I am your host, Dr. Derek A. Reeves, and this has been Moments of Reflections. Until next time, God bless you.